Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hub PYL. I'm Todd Frazier, and today we're just going to get right into it. There's a lot of things swirling around, and one of the newest and most popular topics that I've been asked about is this brand new USI at the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District. USI stands for Universal Sports Institute, and it is something that we are opening in our district that is, in my opinion, a really exciting thing. It's innovative. It's going to make a big impact for our students, our community, and our district as a whole. So I just wanted to get into some of the details. I've been asked a lot of questions about what is this? Who can be a part of it? How is it going to impact? Is this something that's going to change what's existing at our high schools and our junior highs? And let me just start right in with, I think there's an understanding of what USI is and how it's connected to the districts. And the first thing that we need to understand is that at Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District, it's a tongue twister. Every time I say it, I get a little bit, Anyways, so Parkview and Buena Vista, those are our two, if you want to say, alternative options for our students in the district. Parkview is, here, let me pull up, what do we got here? The Parkview website here. So Parkview is our independent study program for students in our district from TK all the way through 12th grade. The really unique thing about Parkview and Buena Vista is a similar hybrid, except for Buena Vista is all online and their tracks are different. So if you have more questions about Buena Vista, you can go into Buena Vista. But the reason I bring up Parkview is because Parkview is a school in our district. All the students that attend Parkview are technically doing independent study, and they have the option to attend classes at the Parkview campus for certain subjects if they so choose. And the other really, really unique thing about Parkview and Buena Vista, they both do this, all students can choose to take up to 2 classes at a traditional school in our district. So for instance, for instance, my kids go to Parkview and they attend Parkview, and we live in the area that is Esperanza is our home school. So they attend Esperanza High School for 2 classes. Now, those 2 classes can be anything that your student or yourself would like them to be a part of. You can be a part of any of the additional tracks at the high schools, whether it's Yorba Linda High School, Esperanza, El Dorado, Valencia, doesn't matter. They can be a part of any of those tracks. They also can participate in athletics. That's really where the USI fits into this. I heard a question or a comment maybe at one of the most recent board meetings about, well, is this going to affect our other high school sports programs? Is this going to be a CIF? Is this going to make its own school that's going to compete against our others? The answer is no. That is not what this is at all. This is connected to Parkview specifically, and any student that goes to Parkview can participate at their area high school for athletics, or their area junior high. If you do not know, we have a junior high athletics as well. So USI is a part of Parkview. Parkview is an option for our students in our district and parents to be able to choose how they want their kids to be educated, which I am a big proponent of. Parent choice is, I think, a very, very important thing. So let's get into a little bit of what the USI is. Now, I've kind of given you an overview of Parkview, but the important thing to remember is Parkview is a alternative option for all of our students in the district to be a part of, and they can also participate in up to 2 classes at a traditional campus, and one of those classes can be athletics. So, for instance, if your kids go to Parkview and they go to Yorba Linda High School, they can participate in a educational class and academic class, and they can participate in athletics. You have that choice, or 2 academics, or academics and business, or if you're at El Dorado, you want to do theater, you can do theater, and you can do all of those things. It's the greatest opportunity that I think was underutilized in our district prior to what we're doing now. And I think one of the biggest assets that we have, because I don't think, as far as I've researched, there's not a lot of districts that have this kind of setup where you really do have several options for your students that are inside the district and are just part of the public school system here at PYLUSD. So let's get into USI a little bit. USI is specific to sports training. It's similar to what it sounds like. Universal Sports Institute it is a part of Parkview. So, for instance, we're enrolling grade 3 through 12, and in the program, this would essentially be for the younger kids. This is their PE. If you're familiar with school, which most of you probably are, PE is a part of the educational programs. Now, at Parkview, there isn't necessarily PE. Students do those. They have options for doing PE. This is another option for a PE credit for their physical education. And then as they continue to progress in this program, it is very focused on elite athletic training. And this is something that's popping up all over the country. It is something that many parents are looking at to send their students to. And we've lost several students that we know of, and I don't know how many we don't know of, that have left the district to go to a program similar to this. They're all over the country that are sports-specific training that have academic components that are not part of a public school district, which means parents are forking out anywhere from, I've heard from $15,000 all the way up to $40,000 a year to be a part of these programs. And we're going to be able to offer something like this in our district as a public school. And I think that's a huge advantage. That's a great asset for our students, for our parents, and for our district as a whole to be like, look, we're innovating, we're making a difference, and we're choosing to do things that people want, parents want for their students want for their future, and we're offering it inside of our district. So USI is going to be located at this point. We're still working out the details, and there's still a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot, but the location is going to be our Casa Loma location is where Buena Vista previously was, at the corner of Yorba Linda Boulevard and Casa Loma, right there at the corner. And that building is where we are going to be putting in athletic training facilities. So weight room, there's a room with mats for either wrestling or other exercise, gymnastics type things in there. There's going to be an outdoor field. Well, actually, I think if I look down here, there is a map here. And if you go to the website, it's just usi.pylusd.org. There's a ton of information here. Let's see, athletic program overview, I believe here. Okay, so this is just some information, a ton of information that you can get about USI, why USI, what it is. If you've got questions, just go to the website and look it up. Location and facility. Here we go. So these are the projected. This is the outside part at the Casa Loma location. These are AI generated. Obviously, this doesn't exist like this yet. This is what is potentially going to happen. There's an outside area for speed training and agility and all those kind of things, and different sports opportunities. That's an inside wrestling room. And I'm going to stop this right here because you have an overview of the facility. Oh, go back. I want to go. Can I go back? I guess I can't go back. I'll pause it when it comes back around. So these facilities are going to be used by the USI students. Now, I've had a lot of questions about, well, what about our traditional high schools? Are our other athletic programs going to be able to use this? Yes, but we don't know how that's going to work yet. There's a lot of things to put in place, and there's a lot. There we go. I'm going to pause it right there. There's a lot of things that we need to figure out as far as how that integration is going to happen, but absolutely is going to be available for our students in the district, because that's what it's all about. We're very student focused, and that's what we're trying to do here, is give an opportunity for these students that they wouldn't otherwise have. Many of them wouldn't have otherwise. So if you look here, there's an outdoor synthetic turf field that's going to be on the backside. There's if you go in the front doors, if you've ever been in the building down there at Casa Loma, there's going to be an athletic training area there with weight room and other exercise equipment. There's going to be a recovery section back in here, right down in here. There's classrooms for training. Also other kind of mental things that happen when you're an athlete or when you're doing anything physical. There's also a mental side of that we want to make sure we focus on, so that we are really talking about the entire student as much as possible. Then there's potential for batting cages outside. We looked at the space. It actually could work over there. And then there's also going to be, obviously, there's restrooms and things like that. There's an outdoor seating area. So there are so many things about this that I think are a big win for us. This is something that people are leaving districts for all over the place. And we're going to have it inside of our district. Now, the other questions I've had is, well, are kids going to be able to do this and then go outside to other schools and participate? No. If you attend Parkview and are enrolled in the USI, if you want to play CIF sports, you have to be playing CIF sports at one of our traditional high schools that has CIF sports. If you want to come in from outside the district, you are prioritized after our in-district students. If there is a student that wants to participate in gymnastics, or if there's some other sport that we don't have that they participate in, or if it's just they're just in club and they're not in a school sport, great. You can be a part of this. This opens up the door for training and for opportunities for kids that wouldn't otherwise have it. That's the thing I want to keep coming back to. And I know I've probably repeated it several times, but this is a huge opportunity for students in our district. The other thing that's come up is the funding. How is this going to be funded? Where's this money coming from? There's a lot of concern about where this money is coming from. Well, there's a developer fee fund that is specific to projects like this. And we have gotten legal opinions that this project does fall under the guidelines for those kind of developer fee funds, which is great because it's funds that typically just sit there until there's a project that comes along. Then the question is, well, what about how are we bringing in an outside group to run this thing? That is not the plan. Currently, we actually have, I can show you right here, where is our advisory board? Actually, no, let's do this. Let's go to, let's see, where is the director's message? You're going to probably recognize this person, Taylor Holloway. Holloway is one of the advisors. Taylor Holloway, she is the director of the USI at PYLUSD. She's a PYLUSD staff member, and she's going to be running this. So we have people that are involved here. We've got the athletic directors from the various high schools. We got Sarah Barton, who runs the middle school sports. Again, if you're not familiar, we have middle school sports here at PYLUSD. Sarah Barton runs that. Dr. Holloway is on the board. Dominique, she is our Parkview principal, and she is on the board. Christian Holiday, he's a wrestling coach, got a lot of background. So if you want to there's so many people that are involved here that are part of who we are as a district and looking to give us advantages and really working for our students. There's so much about this that people either don't understand, which is fine. It's new. There's a lot to understand, especially if you don't understand the Parkview model. There's a lot of this that I think people just don't want something to be good for some reason. And I think that's sad because this is about the students. It's about the district. It's going to make things better for the future. We're building for something that's different and innovative and exciting and really going to impact our community and our students. The funding for the trainers and everybody involved at USI is just like every other campus. These are teachers that are paid for through ADA funds from people applying and students attending USI. So this isn't some really elaborate, strange thing. It's a new program that's part of Parkview that is going to benefit our students, that is run by PYLUSD. It is not a charter. I've also heard that said, that this is some sort of charter. It's going to be a charter. No, a lot of the other ones are charters. This is just essentially, if you look at it similar to a pathway, it's a pathway at Parkview that is tied to athletic training and athletic performance. I haven't heard anybody with any real arguments against this other than they just don't want to do it right now. Okay, and that's fine. This is actually going to be something that is pretty great, and we will find out how big it gets, how fast. But as you look at this and you start to hear people say things and start to question some of these new programs, again, I go back to the first episode that we talked about last time, is listen but verify. Somebody says something, let's look it up. You can go to the USI website and find out all kinds of information. You can contact by email any of us board members, and we are glad to help. I had a few texts the last couple of days that people are asking about this, and I've given them some more information. So don't just take it at face value when people tell you things on the street, especially if they're anonymous. That's a whole nother topic on its own. But USI is exciting. It's something that we're doing that is unlike any other district and probably going to set the precedent for other districts to follow. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a better feel for what it's going to be and how it's going to impact potentially your students and our district, and really is going to open up opportunities for their futures and beyond. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got to tell you right now about USI. There's a lot of things happening, and make sure to listen, but verify. And I'm Todd Frazier, and I'll see you on the next episode. See ya.